Welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be telling you all the documents I took for my interview, how my interview went, how everything went, and the questions I was asked on that day. Okay, my interview was on the 3rd of January this year. After all the long process, finally the interview. So before then, um the way it is being done to avoid this 221G paperwork, I updated my affidavit of support. The one we did the first time was 2021 affidavit of support. That's the tax paper of 2021. That's the one we used now. So but since I didn't go for my interview in 2021, so everything now, and I have to update it 2022. Yes. So I don't know if you understand. If you don't understand, just ask me a question down below, I will answer. So I updated it to the 2022 tax papers. So I updated the tax transcript from, the first one. They said you will submit the three most recent ones, which is 2019, 2020, 2021. So but because my interview didn't hold in 2021, and I have to update it, so it's now 2020, 2021, 2022. So I had to update it so that I will avoid 221G paper, because nobody wants to go through that stress after waiting this long. Okay, so after that I went ahead to upload. I uploaded a lot. Let me not lie. I uploaded my proof of marriage, like pictures, like a few pictures from a traditional marriage. I updated my I updated my so I updated a lot, like some pictures that we took together. Then I uploaded um what's it called, our charts, a few charts, then call logs on the CR portal. That's where updated all those things. I uploaded them. That was when I got when the interview was approaching, so I had to do all those things. So I think, to the best of my knowledge, when you update and upload all those things, it lessens the question. So after everything, then I waited for my interview. But before then, I already arranged my proof of relationship with my husband, like the chats, the call logs, the WhatsApp chat, yeah, his flight itinerary, then our rent receipt. We don't stay in a hotel when he's around. I have a home where I stay. So I went with the rent receipt, marriage certificate. I went with the church, the courts, like I went with everything. Then if your spouse is divorced, you should also go with the original divorce decree. Original. If you don't have the original, tell your spouse to get it, else you have to wait. When you get that, when your case eventually enters administrative processing, you are gone for, like, you don't even know how long that one will take. Then because I have a child, I took my son's CRBA. It's called consular report of birth abroad, and his American passport. These are the things, and like I carried a whole lot of things, a whole lot. If I carried it out here, people will shout. So I carried them to the venue for the interview. My interview was by 6:30. I arrived the embassy by 5:45 or so, either 5 or 6 o'clock. But I got there, there were already much people waiting. So we waited until I think 6:45. They started calling. The first call, those for 6:15, they queued. Then those for 6:30, we queued, and 7 o'clock and all that. So everybody queued. And mind you, if you're going, you will see a lot of, if you're going with your car or a driver or something, you see a lot of agbero on the streets there. Come, well, come and photocopy this, so you don't have original of this, so you don't have original of that. Don't listen to them. Just go straight. Just go, unless you do not prepare well. But if you're well prepared, just go straight and go and wait until you are called. Don't go and confuse yourself, because you will go and photocopy one paper for 15,000, your eye will clear. Don't even try it. Just keep on going straight. For the fact you know what you prepared and you know you are fully prepared, don't give yourself headache. Just go and be on the queue and wait until you are called for your interview. So we waited on the queue. Small time, they came, and they collected, they checked. They said we should bring out our passports. For they have immigrant and non-immigrant queue, so we stood on the immigrant queue. So when it got to my turn, I gave them my passport and my interview letter inside of it. So when I if and mind you also, if you're going for your interview, if you don't want to stress yourself giving those guys out there your bags to help you and hold, you pay them 2,000 or more, I don't know. Carry your bag inside. They have a locker. You pay 500 naira and lock all your things. Everything is safe. That was what I did. I took my phone inside. I put them in the locker. Then after the interview, I paid 500 naira. Then I entered and went for my interview. So after that, the whole checking of our things outside, then we entered inside the main hall for the interview. On getting there, first of all, you have to first meet. I met a Nigerian guy. He collected all my documents, the original of everything, like my marriage certificate, my birth certificates, like all the original documents. But because they will give you a paper outside the gate to arrange your documents, so when you go in, it won't be a problem. You just carry on. They say bring this one, you give. So after the black guy collected all the original of all my documents, then he told me to go and sit down and wait until I am called. That very day, I was applicant number 14. So I sat down and I was waiting. As I was waiting, my sisters and brothers, I was hearing people's questions. They were asking them a whole lot of questions. I was hearing a lot. Some people, they will ask them questions that you like right in my front, like 4 people were giving 221G paper to go and get some documents. So also, if your spouse was once divorced, please know the divorce year. It's very important. At least I heard a lot of people, they ask them that question. Yeah. And some of them, they ask them to go and get the original of the divorce paper. You know, if your spouse is divorced, try and know everything about the divorce, about him, like everything. If there is a child involved in the marriage, it's not like a child outside. If there's a child involved in the divorce marriage, unless they ask you, does he have a child outside the divorce, and you can be talking plenty. So don't talk too much. A lady was very close to me. They asked her, oh, when was the last time your husband visited? And she was saying a lot of things. Oh, he visited in 2019. We did this. Like, she was saying a whole lot. And at the end, she was there. They called me. I finished before. I went for my interview. I was done. She was still standing there, waiting, because she had a lot of things to say. You get? So in my own case, when I got to I think the lady that interviewed me, she was nice. I was wearing a big smile. So when I got there, she said, oh, hello. I said, hello. Say, how are you? I said, I'm fine. Okay. She said, okay, swear. Then I swear she took my fingerprints, and she said she's gonna ask me questions. I said, okay, fine. In my mind, I say fine. I didn't tell her fine, no. Then she now packed all those evidence, my proof of relationship, the way the other Nigerian guy arranged it. She packed everything and gave me back. Then she just asked me, how did you meet your spouse? I was very brief. I told her I met him through a family friend. Very simple, and I kept quiet. So what type of job does he do? I told her. So she now said, apart from, because my husband does 2 jobs, so apart from the job he does he do any other thing? I said, yes. She asked me what type. I told her. She now said, oh, when was the last time he visited? I told her. She looked at the flight itinerary. Oh, my husband visited in 2023, in January 2023. So she said, okay. So how long did he start? I said, oh, he came in 2023 January and left in March. She said, okay. She checked the flight itinerary. Then she asked me, how old am I? I told her. She said, oh, she asked me, how old is my husband? I told her. She now said, okay, can I have your can I see your son's birth certificate? I gave it to her. Then she then asked me, where does your husband live in the United States? I told her. She now said, oh, congratulations, you're approved. Come and pick up your passport in 2 to 3 weeks or so. I said, oh, thank you. Then I left. It was all this plenty English I just said didn't last a second. You get? So that was it. So in I'm going to keep this very simple. If you go for your interview, please try and keep the question short. If they ask you question, don't talk stories. Don't be saying your village people not happen, the other one did not happen. No. Oh, how did you meet your husband? If it's through somebody, I met him through this person, like mine. How did I meet my husband? Oh, I met him through a family friend of mine. And that was it. So don't talk too much, because when you talk too much, you're giving them more room to ask you plenty questions, and of course you're not ready for that. It's from that question, that your plenty talk, they will use and ask you plenty questions. So when they ask you A, answer A and keep quiet, please, to avoid getting the 221G form. You don't want to go through that stress. You don't want to wait at the end of the day, you get your interview letter, you still go and talk too much and they will give you 221G paper because of what you have said. Let it be because of a document, not because of what you said. Please, I beg you, keep your answers very short. Then unless they ask you to, like, tell me about your spouse, you cannot talk stories. That's when you talk stories. So also try and put on a big smile. They don't bite. It's more like discussing with someone you know. They don't bite. They are very friendly. They're gonna approve you, they will approve with a smile. If they're gonna deny you, they will deny you with a smile. Of course, you can't be denied if you are fully prepared. Okay? So try as much as you can to get yourself well prepared. And in the end, after all this plenty talk I have talked to, pray, because God is the author and the finisher of our faith. Without him, we can't do nothing. Okay? Pray so that God will take control and go there before you. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you listen, and I hope you put all this in practice on your own day to avoid 221G form. See you next time in my other video. Bye.